Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is an end of the month for January tarot oracle reading, and Taurus, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign isn't Taurus, we still have a little bit of Taurus in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Taurus in? That's where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a general or collective reading, so just be aware parts of it may or may not resonate, and it's also a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it right now, the time is perfect for you. If I have posted this some time before now, just take a look back at what was going on in your life at that time, and it might give you further insight. All right, we're starting, Taurus, we're starting off with the Pentacles. This is your element, so this is good. We have, this is talking about having a strong foundation for success. It's talking also about the 3 levels of making money. You can have safe money, and then you can have going after your heart's desires and going for your crowning glory. So this energy is talking, this card sometimes indicates that perhaps you've been playing it safe and it's time to take a risk, or it can say, don't sell yourself short. And it's also talking about this person has their back turned to this city, and this could be where you're from, and it's talking about that maybe it's time for you to expand your horizons and move to a new location away from where you were raised. And you may find that that will expand your horizons in a real strong way. And we also have, and so this is the underlying energy for the whole reading. And now we're going to get the underlying energy for, woohoo, look at this. This is for your internal forces. So the internal forces are what are going to be on the bottom part of the spread here. And the internal forces are talking about the what ifs. So if you can tell it's an internal force, that it's coming from within when you're asking questions like, what if this happens if I do that? And what if I do that? What if this happens? Kind of energy. But you have the 10 of Pentacles here. So it's like, yay. The 10 of Pentacles is the most pentacles that you can get in the deck. Like the 10 is the top number. And this is this is the element that you represent. So the pentacles represent health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D world. It's not, a part of that happiness, of course, is having lots of coin. Apparently my cat is going to come and join us here. So this is Stella. Her job is to sit on my lap quietly and purr. She hasn't been doing that so much this morning. We had sirens going by. This is the 3rd time I've started this. We had sirens going by and it was so loud, and then she got scared and then she knocked something off the table, and hey. So here we are now. We have the 10 of Pentacles. This is awesome. So it's good I had to start over. This is better than the last reading I began before the shift hit the fan. And so this is talking about, it's raining money. And as I was saying, the coin is part of that. Like money is part, but it's only a small, well, it's quite maybe half of it. And the rest is like, what about your lifestyle? You could have a lot of money and still not have the lifestyle that you want. And this is talking about, it's raining money. You have, you're living, in this neighborhood with this beautiful house, and you love your partner, and that you have time to chat with the neighbors, and you have pets, and you have children, and you're like, it's like the all-American dream, basically. Living in a beautiful neighborhood, in an area of the country you really enjoy. And sometimes it can also mean that there's some sort of information coming in that is going to really empower you to do something, because it's talking about abundance in all forms. So let's see what's going on here, Taurus. We have the Page of Wands coming in. So the Page of Wands represents some form of communication coming through. And the pages would work for the royal court. And they would usually begin between the ages of 7 to 14. And then sometimes when they were 21, if they were doing a really good job and they could afford a horse, then they would be maybe put up for knighthood. And Their job was to deliver messages within the court and, do small tasks, etc. And so this represents a form of communication coming in. The Page of Wands is his element is the element of fire. And so the wand is made of wood. It represents a tree. Wood feeds fire. And this also talks about ancestors who have deep roots, and the offshoots, which are the offspring, the descendants. And so the Page of Wands is very focused on his wand, and he's very enthusiastic and passionate about life. He's got a feather in his cap, and in the background there, those three pyramids represent the mysteries of the world, and he's got that energy. He wants to explore. He wants to have adventure in his life, and he also loves his wand, and he's passionate. We have the Eight of Cups. So this is saying that's, I'm not sure which energy this represents for sure as of yet. This is your internal forces, but this is representing walking away from something or someone that you really love, that you put a lot of energy into, but it's not working out. So you're leaving and you're saying, I'm done, I'm walking away. And quite often this is like, we have the full moon here, and we do have a full moon coming up at the end of the month, well, on the 1st of February. And that moon will be in the sign of Leo, and it's opposing it will be the Aquarius energy. And it's kind of interesting because that this card's coming up here, because it the conflict between Aquarius and the Leo energy is the Leo. It's kind of like, okay, I want to do what I want to do for me, and the Aquarius energy is I want to be part of a team and do for me and the team. So it's kind of talking about walking away from some, like the cups do represent love. And quite often it is romantic love, but it also can represent the energy of something you love to do or something you love to be, somewhere you love to go, like that kind of energy. And of course, it could be love for people other than a romantic interest. We have the new moon there also, and there is a new moon today or going into tonight. And the new moon this month is in the sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn energy is kind of a driving force. Capricorn is represented by the mountain goat. So the mountain goat climbs the mountain, taking consistent steps of action to get to the goal. And so of course, like Taurus is the toddler energy in the tarot. You're the second sign. So you represent Pentacles at their youngest, and it's talking about having to still learn how to give and take. And so something's happening here, and you're getting a lesson in that, I'm getting. Well, let's see what this is about. We have the Ace of Swords coming in. There's some sort of truth coming in. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So this energy is talking about there's some sort of, it's a gift from the universe and from God himself, saying here is a gift of truth, that you need to know this truth before you continue on your journey or before you walk away. That's the energy. Because this card can represent, okay, there's 10 pentacles is the most, and 10 cups are the most. 10 is the top in the tarot. And so putting 8 cups and walking away from it is walking away from something that you have invested a lot of time and energy and effort into, but you just don't feel it's paying off. Or it could be that you have them lined up here, and now you're going to go upstream and go find the last 2 cups and bring them back all together once you have them. So we'll see which way this is going. And then we have the King of Swords coming in. So the King of Swords is sitting on his throne, and I feel like he has the sword of truth now in his hand. And so this may be you. You may be the king, the information being from the King of Swords. I feel this is you. even though you're an element of Pentacles, that's already been represented by you. But I feel like this is you in this at this time. You've learned a truth. There was some sort of communication coming in about something that you were passionate about, which could be a love interest that you've poured a lot of energy into. And you found out some truth about them. And now you're wielding this sword of truth. So because the King of Swords understands, this energy is an energy of understanding that talk is cheap, actions speak louder than words, and that's representing action. That also that words can be used as weapons, and they can also be used, to benefit. And the King of Swords would represent someone that is wanting to cut through the bullshit. And I feel like that's the energy that you're in right now. And we have regarding a romantic offer. Interesting. So this is the Knight of Cups is coming in. So the difference is this is about passion and, a passion for discovery and new. And this is offering, this is your typical knight in shining armor that you read about in the romance novels, that's in the movies, and he's well dressed and he's well put together, and he comes in with a beautiful marriage proposal, and it's like, oh, I love you so much, I want to marry you kind of energy. Will you be my partner? And you'll notice there's a few things going on here. It's interesting because this is information about something you're passionate about, walking away from something or towards something. You've learned the truth about something and you are wielding that sword. It's like whatever it is, you want to know, you want to get down to the bottom of it. And then we have this love offer coming in. So it could be that you've been in a relationship and it's just maybe started and you learned something about this person that you didn't know before, some sort of energy like that. But what I wanted to point out is we have a horse here, and because this reading is for the end of the month, and we're going to have a new moon or a full moon in Leo on February 1st, and then on February 17th we're going to have the Chinese New Year, the very first day of the Chinese New Year, and we're moving from the year of the snake into the year of the fiery horse. And so this energy, when the horse comes up, I'm paying attention to it right now because it's also on the same day that we have a new moon. So I feel like now is a really good time for you to let go of something so that you can accomplish this. This energy here, the Ten of Pentacles, is nothing to sneeze at. This is a legacy of wealth. This is generational wealth, something that you could leave to your children. And you have a strong foundation already, but I feel like you maybe have been selling yourself short, and maybe it's talking about you've been dating someone and they're really not in your best interest in some way, and you found something out, and maybe they've asked you to marry them or something, and you just found this out, and you're like, hey, it's a full moon, I'm going to release what doesn't belong to me so I can have better in my life. That kind of energy. We don't know that for sure, but let's keep going. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm all dramatic, but I'm like, oh no, why? Why, Taurus, why? Okay, don't panic. There was some form of temptation came in. Now, this could be because we have the passion of the Page of Wands, but this also could mean that you feel passionately about someone else and you're tempted to be with someone else other than the person that you've been with. That's the kind of energy. You want to have a new cup of love. We've got the new moon. Like when you see this, it's the 17th, 18th. The 18th is the new moon. And it's that new moon in Capricorn. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And so is the Devil card ruled by Saturn. So this card is talking about temptation regarding two lovers. And now, is that your temptation? Or was your partner, did you find out something about your partner was tempted by someone else and offered them a cup of love? And that's why you're walking away. Or they've walked away. That's the kind of energy. So there definitely is temptation here. These two lovers are yoked. They have chains and they're yoked to this black box of Saturn. And the devil is sitting haunched on there, because on his haunches like that, because he is that it's representing animal instinct, like lust. So we started off so lovely here, but this is good. Like if this is what's happened, you need to know, like it's something. But what we're going to do is we're going to cover this devil. We're going to see what comes up, because the devil doesn't do his own dirty work. The devil is an archetype. It's like, he's not able to do his own dirty work. Or, well, even if he was, he wouldn't. So he's going to send some minion in for him, or God's going to cover. So look at this. This energy, the 9 of Pentacles, is talking about, like, that's one stage before this. And this energy is talking about the Taurus energy. Like, this is talking about Taurus rules the Empress energy and the Venus energy and in the major arcana. And this is like kind of like the Empress of the minor arcana. This is someone who is very abundant and generates energy and is able to, really make, like a magnet, attract, good shift to herself. And this is talking about, if you've ever heard of Nikola Tesla, he talks about if you knew the beauty of the 369, that you would have the key to the universe. This is talking about a ratio of 369. And so you've got 6 pentacles here and you've got 3 here. And this is talking about that she has her hand on these 6 because she always keeps at least that percentage for herself. And then this percentage she can invest in other people, give to charity, that kind of energy. And so, and if she keeps that ratio, she knows that she's learning. And this is the Taurus thing, the toddler. Think about a toddler and how much they love to share. And so it's talking about having to learn how to give and take, like what to invest in, who to invest with. How much should you invest and who with, that kind of energy. How much should you pay people that you have working for you? How much should you be paid for your good work? That it's the give and take of life. And so this energy is saying you always have to look after yourself first, because if you don't look after yourself first, then, and you give too much of yourself away, then you're going to end up getting depleted and you won't have anything to give anyone anyway. And this falcon that she has here represents having the foresight to understand that. And so this is, I feel like you're learning a lesson about this, or, past, present, future, that you need to look after yourself and your own needs. Perhaps you have been giving too much or taking too much. That's the energy here. And I feel like, let's just go through this here. So this is how you identify with yourself right now, that you're feeling really youthful and passionate. It doesn't matter what age you are. And some sort of information has come in, some form of communication. And then you have abundance and self-worth here. So you are walking away from something that you've put a lot of energy and effort into, but you don't feel it serves you any longer. And I mean, if there's a full moon tomorrow, you might want to go howl at the moon and let her rip. And then we have communication from your early life. So this is talking about that you were taught when you were younger to tell the truth. You tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Or, you don't lie. That's the energy. And then this is talking about your emotional foundation. If you did lie, I think you got in a lot of trouble with your father in particular. This is a masculine energy. And I just want to point out, because these are archetypes, this could be a woman, like this could be you in your masculine energy. And this could be you, like then the information coming in from the night, this could represent a woman in her masculine energy. And this could represent, as well as males in their masculine energy. And same with the Empress, this pre-Empress card. It's a female, but it could be a male in his feminine energy. So just keeping that in mind. And so this energy is talking about, yes, your emotional foundation and how you were taught, you tell the truth and you don't, do a bunch of bullshit. You were taught the value of a dollar, I'm getting that kind of energy. And then this is regarding how you feel about your creativity and romance and children, and you feel like either you have a cup of love or you feel someone's passionate about you and they have a cup of love, or it could be both, right? And this is, in this position, this is your daily routines and habits and health. And so there's some sort of temptation here, because this is your inner a foundation. So I feel this could be saying that perhaps you're the one, you find that you're attracted to someone else and he's offered you a cup of love. And you're walking away from something that you love or someone that you love. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're in a relationship, but you have, if you were to accept this cup of love, you're going to have to walk away from something you love. Like that could be like this person might live across the world and you love where you're living, but you're going to have, you have a good life here. You've put a lot of energy into where you are and what you're doing at this time. It could talk about having to give up a position, at work or whatever. But there seems to be a lot of pentacles here in either way. And it's saying, like, just for even the overall energy, that you have a strong foundation for wealth. So let's see. Okay, the moon. The moon's coming out to talk about the moon, because that is coming up on the 1st of February. And this energy is talking about something hidden. There's some sort of illusion here. And there's some sort of truth you need to get to, or you are tempted to go with this person maybe and not tell the truth. Something. So we've got emotional waters here, and the moon represents secrets and hidden illusions coming out. And this is saying, stay on your path and don't go between, go between those pillars. Don't stray. And it's going to be, you're going to feel vulnerable sticking to your path, because you've got to pass through. Like, you have a domestic dog and a wolf, and it's talking about having to navigate between those two. Like, I feel like you want to take a walk on your wild side. That's what I feel is happening. And it's interesting because the full moon, like, what happens is, like, your sign being the full moon being in Leo energy. Leo is exactly opposite the Aquarius energy on the wheel, and that's why they're opposing each other. And as I mentioned before, this is about, you want to do what you want to do for you, and you don't really care about other people, but the energy is saying you have to care about other people. That kind of energy. So let's see. And it's sitting here with this, right? And this energy is talking about your commitment, marriage, and partnerships. So it's talking about you on some level. Like, again, there's some sort of illusion in here. And now this could represent the other person or you. We're working on external forces now. So that's the underlying energy for this part of the reading now. So the external forces are when you're saying what the EF happened. An external force happened. So somebody came in, you maybe met someone, and you're very tempted by them, because this is your this is your, you want to break some daily routines and habits and have a little excitement in your life. That's what I'm picking up, that energy. You would know if this is, you know, you or your partner is doing that. And so this is talking about some sort of judgment coming in, though. So I feel like this could be something that your partner did for some of you, because this is talking about this communication coming in, about someone wanting the new and offering their cup of love maybe to someone else out of your daily routine kind of energy. And now judgment is being called. So the trumpet is blowing, and, you know, all the way from the spiritual realm down to the earth. And all the ancestors are cheering because they want you to know this. And across from the ancestors, you'll see the descendants. Now, sometimes this could talk about the ancestors, like they're coming. Sometimes this talks about Pandora's box being opened or skeletons coming out of the closet kind of energy. So let's see. Something hidden, you know? And that's what this part of the reading is about. And so there's some sort of judgment being called on your commitment, your marriage, and your partnerships. And there's something shifty happening. This card here is talking, this is the shift disturber. So this is, look, we've got two swords planted here. So this is talking about what this truth is. We have two swords planted here, but this person's sneaking away with 5 from the village. So it could be possible that this person has been cheating on you more than once, and or the energy is talking about this is a walking contradiction, because he's looking back at the past here, and he's looking at these two swords and he's thinking about it, but he's still moving forward and he's not looking where he's going. So what is he doing? What is he sneaking? And this is in broad daylight. Like, this is not a thief in the night. This is a thief in broad daylight. Sometimes it can talk about someone using innovative energy and they're sneaking away the swords because they don't want to fight. But this energy is definitely some sort of sneaky behavior is happening. And let's see. Okay, so there's an energy of having to rush, either running to something or running away from something kind of energy. So the Knight of Swords is, look at the difference between these two horses, right? And so the danger with the fire horse energy is, it's coming up for us. It's the energy of the new year, right? For the Chinese New Year. And it's talking, and it's on the new moon. So it's really pulling us already. And this energy is saying, this person is coming, this is a form of communication also again. But this one is, there's like, this sometimes can represent fools rush in, making impulsive decisions. And that's the danger of the fire horse energy, is it's very passionate, and when it comes to love, it's very passionate and free-spirited. And when it comes to careers, it makes you want to set up like really ambitious goals and go after the, you know, like what you really want in life, that kind of energy. So, and at the same time, it can be very impulsive and very fiery. And it can also be like an energy of going in the wrong direction, like fools rush in kind of energy. So, that's the danger with the fire horse energy is if you get riding too fast, too far, like that kind of energy, you could really burn yourself out. And so it's really interesting that this is coming in next to this shift disturber. Okay, so this is your commitment in marriage. This is your transformation. Some major transformation is happening because of this energy. Someone's been sneaking around on you, I feel. And this is the higher learning. So the information is coming in. And, you know, this sword energy is coming in. And this is where we first began, where you were learning something about maybe someone that you've been in a relationship and you're the one who's walking away. I think this is clarifying it, because this is an external force now. I mean, for some of you, you would know, but I'm just reading it as best I can here. And yeah, this sword energy is like a mental prison. And so this is talking about like really feeling like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I'm trapped. I'm trapped in this. I'm duty bound. I feel like I have to stay here kind of energy. And this is external forces. And sometimes this could be not just a mental prison, but actual prison. And there's all these pentacles here. And so that's why I'm just bringing it up. Like it could be some information that the person you love has been sneaking around behind your back, and it has to do with money and your lifestyle, that kind of energy. That there's not been a strong give and take here. It's weak because it's sitting on the devil. So it could be that your partner is sneaking around in the background with a bunch of money that maybe belongs to you and you don't know it. I'm not laughing at you, but I'm just like, oh, okay. Yeah, because I couldn't quite grab this, you know, and I mean, it started off so perfect. So I was like, oh, let's have a really happy reading here. Having said that, though, this is like important that you know this, and that's why I'm doing the reading. So yeah, then we have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is like, of all the queens, she's considered the coldest of all the queens, but it's because she's been there, done that, and she has the t-shirt. She's been through it. And the thing is when these two show up in a reading, and especially there's not that many cards out here, they're usually a divorced or separated couple. So it could be talking about perhaps your husband has been cheating on you and you found out. And like, because, and you're wanting your money. He could have been hiding money or something in the divorce settlement or something like that. So you're sitting on your throne and you're saying, I want what belongs to me. And you have your sword up. And this is saying the sword of truth and the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about somebody that you've been in a partnership relationship with. So this energy here is talking about your career and your reputation, a public image of someone. So this, like, you could be, like, usually when there's this much money, it's talking about a legacy of wealth. So it's not a small amount of money, it's a lot of money. And so you could be public figures of some sort or that kind of energy, and something is going on here. And so the Queen of Swords is kind of like, okay, I'll listen to what you have to say, but you had better come in straight, because I have clarity now. My head is above the clouds, and I'm not taking any bullshit from you. And if you are going to come to me, you better come in correct, or don't bother coming to talk to me at all. That's the energy. And then we have the Nine of Cups for the final position here. And this is talking about having something that you're wishing for, but you don't have it yet. And I feel like this is representing, like, you know, the ultimate in everything. You already have 9 cups. See, there's 9 here now, and there was 8 here, and there's this extra cup here. I feel like there might have been some sort of something going on, and there's so many scenarios that this could be, but this 10th cup could be, this is from the external forces. This is the energy coming in towards you. So this could be talking about a wish you had, that it is coming towards you, or it could be talking about the person that is your partner is taking what they wished for, and you walked away because of it. So just, you'll know better than I will. This is just a bunch of different scenarios. We're going to clarify this because it might give you a little bit more clarity. But you'll know in your situation which it is, whether it's you, whether it's them, you'll know. If it's not you, it's them. It's that kind of energy. Stella, stop doing that. She's running around like it. She's just really, my cat's really feeling some zoomies here. When she gets like that, I know there's a lot of energy in the air. It's almost like someone doesn't, like, I keep getting distracted by her. Like she's flying around the room here, and she doesn't usually do that. And she was using my leather couch as a scratching post for a second there. And so that's why I had to say, no, don't be doing that. Lord help us. This is early in the morning. Okay, so I'm going to clarify with my oracle, Tales from the Vector, TAILS. And we're just, this is something I started back in 2007. And I completed all 64 paintings. I'm an artist, so I completed all the paintings in 2020. And now I am getting ready to bring this deck out, this oracle out. And I'm working on the information that goes with it. The cards that I'm using have the numbers of the paintings in my gallery at my website, talesfromthevector.com. And the energy, what I'll do is I will have in the description box below, I'll put them in the order they show up here. So if you want to go look them up later, you can do so. It might give you more clarity. A picture paints 1,000 words. But I just want to clarify this now. I'm just tuning into this energy to see. Oh, there we go. This is, okay, so it's saying in 2026, you're going to be a superstar. So I'm glad to see that for you, Taurus. It's saying that you need to speak up and sing to your heart's content. Stella, you need to stop. You need to stop. Quit running around like a maniac. And then this energy came up to clarify the money. See? The devil's coming up twice here. And it's about money. So you need to check into that. If you have, if you are suspicious of something regarding money, you need to look into it, is what I'm getting. Let's see what the card is to cover that. Gemini energy. So Gemini would be kindergarten. You're the toddler. And this is, okay, communication. This communication that you got. This communication that came in. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So it's kind of talking about creative solutions versus logic. So it's talking about using your intuition from, that's what the moon is about. Disciplining your mind, quieting your mind so that you can get to some sort of energy here. Okay, the reason my cat's going so crazy is because she does not like the energy of that. She just bit me. This is not how she usually behaves. Or you'd be locked in the bedroom, Stella. Quit being a pain in the butt. She doesn't like the energy. So we have, like, she's trying to purr here, but like she's uneasy is the way I would put it. So this is talking about the all-star energy. So this is about using your insight regarding this passion for discovery. Maybe you need a private eye. The lovers, walking away from a lover. It's pretty clear there. We've got that there, and then we've got this here. So yeah, I feel like if you have some suspicions, trust your intuition on that. Okay, and then we've got denial coming in, like not wanting to know the truth. So what I don't know won't hurt me. This is the Queen of Denial. And then we have the Chariot. So whatever this information that came in, it came in quick. And it's already spinning. So it's sort of like you already know it, basically, is what it's saying. You already, if you don't know it officially, you know it inside yourself. Like you have your intuition is yelling at you. The moon, reckless abandon. Okay, so, but this is WRECK. But this is talking about, like, look at, we've got the lover, we've got denial, We've got, this is happening right now as we speak, and there's reckless abandon here. So this is like, if you have some suspicions, if this isn't you, and you have, I feel like this is the energy that is, this is talking about you having some suspicions regarding your lover and your money as well. And you could be correct. So this is saying, check it out. Again, we have the moon here. And look at the devil's here with the moon, and the energy here is talking about the devil here on the money. And the moon's right here. They're side by side. It's confirming it. There's something not right. There's some sort of temptation happening, something. So we've got indifference. We're all in it together. No. We're like that energy where you have to look after yourself first. Someone's indifferent to your suffering here. And then we have the sun coming in. So the sun, see, that's why it kept coming up. The Leo moon is talking about you need to look after your own needs first. But the Aquarius, the sun, this is God. That represents God himself, shining light on the illusions that are happening on this full moon. So you need, I would go inward, I would do some praying, and I would do some intuiting. And sometimes this King of Swords card can represent, you might want to find an expert to look into some of this, like someone that, you know, a lawyer or someone like that, that deals with this kind of energy, and an expert that knows what to do. We have the Capricorn energy coming in, and that's the energy that we're in right now. We're in the Capricorn energy on the 22nd of December until another few days. And that's the energy of, I mean, that's the most mature of the pentacles. You're the baby, and this is the grown-up version, kind of. And the judgment is coming in. This is about being very responsible, but the Capricorn energy is ruled by Saturn, and so is this energy. So when it's not being responsible. Now, I want to make it clear that when these signs come out from the horoscope, I'm not, you know, pointing out this person's a Capricorn, that person's a Gemini, that kind of energy. I'm using them more as the state of being. Like, we can learn something from each of the signs, because each of the signs has their own unique abilities and characteristics that add a special flavor to the earth, and we can all learn from each other. And we do have a little bit of all the signs in each of us. And I'm also talking about the stage of life, like where are you, like what stage of life does it represent? It's not about age, it's about the stage of life, like embracing that, embodying that emotion. Like, so this is something for you. You may say, hey, I know a Gemini like that, and and my lover is a Capricorn. But so that could be true, but that's not my intention here. And so I want you to be really clear on that. And then we have, this is about worldly and otherworldly desires. So this is giving yourself total permission to follow your authentic desires, and it's sitting on the sneaky energy, on the shifty energy. Someone's been sneaking around. We've got the guiding star, so that's talking about using your intuition. This information is coming in, and this has been, I feel like this is the gift from God, is making sure that you know the truth about this energy. And then we have justice coming in on this, being duty-bound, being in a mental prison kind of energy, and this can also mean prison. So in the 3D. So I feel like it's not just about love, and lust, it's about money. And then we have disruption here. So this, what's fun for some is not fun for everyone. Yeah. and the Queen of Wands, or Queen of Swords, she understands that because she's been there, done that, and she has the souvenir of the t-shirt. So that's the kind of energy that we're looking at. And then the world, so This is talking about your spirituality here and secrets coming to an end. And then once that happens, it being a whole new world for you. And I'm not quite sure yet, but there could be a possibility that you have met someone as well on top of all of this, that you're already divorced, but there was some sort of energy around the money that, you know, it could be like that also. I feel like I would be more like I'm reading for quite like who, you know, the collective here. And in your position, I'm just getting anyone in this position would right away say, oh, I recognize what you're saying. So please do leave a comment if well, you may not, you know, want to leave a comment or leave a like or whatever. Let me know that, you know, if this has resonated with you. It's not the most fun energy, but it's important that you know it. And I will be back with another reading for you, and that one will be about the beginning of February. So, yeah, consider subscribing to the channel if you resonate with the energy. I'm going to go and look after my cat now. She needs some attention, apparently. Bye for now, Taurus.